Hello, Internet. So I noticed some of you have been giving poor old Melania Trump a hard time about wearing a pith helmet. So I wanted to talk for a minute about pith helmets and investigate whether that's really offensive. So this is a pith helmet. Pith helmet is a hat made out of pith, which is sort of a ground up wood pulp from reeds that they compress and make into this shape. They say it originated from a Filipino hat, but really it came to fame as the hat of the colonial powers in Asia and Africa in the 19th century. This particular one is a British-style pith helmet. It's called a Watersley pattern. It was issued to the British military initially in bright white, but soldiers, for camouflage purposes, used to dye them with tea, so they reissued them in this tan color. This one is a French-style pith helmet. So you can see it's much lower and flatter than the British variety. Now, the real purpose of a pith helmet, it's not really a protective, well, it is a protective helmet, but it's not going to protect you from a bullet. It's not going to protect you from an arrow, probably, no, definitely not a spear, maybe a rock, but its real purpose is to protect you from the sun. If you can imagine the weight of a pith helmet, you know, it's like balsa wood or cork or something like that, polystyrene foam. They're a very light helmet. And for the tropics, it has this open space above your head. Most of them have ventilation holes in the side of them, definitely in the top. So compared to something like a Panama hat, a straw hat that hugs the head much more closely, these are actually a very good tropical hat because it lets the heat out, it keeps the sun off, it's very light, very easy, which is why they were popular not just with the military but with civilians as well. So, to Melania. So she's clearly wearing a French-style pith helmet. And Kenya, where she was wearing it, was colonized by the British. So on a technicality, one could say that she wasn't really wearing the hat of the oppressor in that country. That said, it is a symbol of colonialism the world over, and I don't know that the Kenyans were really paying that much attention to the hats that the colonizers were wearing, so yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest move tactically. The really interesting thing though, there's no one making a $1,000 Da Vinci pith helmet. Melania's hat has the exact same crappy fake plastic strap with the plastic shitty buckles that every other pith helmet has. They're all made in the same factory in Vietnam. You can buy them on the streets of Hanoi for, you know, a few shekels, or they're sold basically to costume shops all around the world. You can have the exact same hat that Melania is wearing for £22 at hatsandcaps.co.uk. What she's really wearing, probably not as much a practical sun hat as a costume. And really that's the most offensive thing of all. Anyway, know your helmets.